Nice save there. Though I guess I should have asked for her name first. She magicked out a resume from her yellow saddlebags. Damn those unicorns and their magic tricks! My resume has a lot of spit and bite marks on it by now, since I've had to handle it with my mouth a few times. It would probably not impress an employer at all. And set it down on the counter for me. I quickly skimmed over it. Name: Lyra Heartstrings. Oh, hey! I exclaimed. Aren't you that music prodigy they wrote about in the newspaper recently?
Yeah, that's me.
Said Lyra. Let's look at the rest of this document. In her early 20s, attends Ponyville College, probably taking musical arts courses. Only previous job experience she's had is working as a fast food cook a year ago. Not the perfect applicant, but... Okay, you're hired. She immediately perks up.
Really?
She asks. Yeah, I say. To tell you the truth, I probably would have hired you unless you were senile or something. I'm really hurting for another set of hooves. I can't work 14-hour shifts, obviously.
Oh,
Lyra's head sags a bit. Okay, maybe that wasn't the best way to start off the employer-employee relationship. I put on a fake smile for her. But I wonder, what is such a great musical prodigy doing here in a backwater neighborhood like Soursaddle Street? You don't really need this job, do you? Lyra brightens up a bit.
well, actually, I kinda do. I just moved out of my house and into an apartment on the other side of Main Street. And money's pretty tight, since my parents are pretty stingy with it. Soursaddle Street is a shortcut on the route to college, and I regularly walk the street when I'm going to and from day classes. I saw this place was hiring, and I thought, hey, the sooner the better, right?
I guess, yeah. But wait, you walk Soursaddle Street by yourself? Isn't that a little dangerous?
Hey, I can protect myself, thank you very much. Besides, I walk it in broad daylight.
Oh, yeah. Soursaddle Street is a bad part of town, but not to the point where ponies rape each other in broad daylight. It's a good thing I regard all the pornos in this store as strict fiction, else I'd think ponies get raped in broad daylight on any street in Equestria.
You know, you're not doing the best job of impressing an employee. Maybe you should show me around the place. You know, the ropes.
Good point, I guess. Follow me, then. I got off my lazy ass and took her down the first aisle, which holds mostly mainstream stuff. Not too racy, though calling anything not racy is definitely a stretch here. Lyra started down the aisle with a confident smile on her face, but by the end of the aisle, she had on the same shy expression that all other straight mares get once they've been in my shop for more than a few seconds. I always find that face to be the cutest in the world, as what's left of their innocence gets a little more torn apart. This is the bathroom, I said as I reached the door. Forgive the smell. I kinda didn't have the best night. I kicked the door open with a hoof, revealing the bathroom in all its grimy glory. As expected, it smells like hot sick. Its appearance is not the best either, with its supremely dirty mirror and moldy floors. You can't tell by looking, but if you turn the faucet on, the shower starts dripping as well, so it's basically not worth it to ever clean the damn thing of water. Lyra visibly grimaces at the bathroom.
Uh, nice.
Yeah, I know. I'll clean it soon. On with the tour? As we continue down the aisle, past the less mainstream stuff, Lyra gets more and more nervous. Interracial, zebras, toys, filly foolers, colt cuddlers, BDSM. Yeah, we've got everything here. I fall back a bit so I can watch her expression more. Man, she's even visibly sweating now. We're not even at the last aisle yet. I wonder what she'll look like when we get there. I don't think I really noticed it at first, but now that I think about it, Lyra's a pretty attractive pony. She's got a cute face, a well-brushed mane, some really nice curves. I wonder if she's single. The last aisle. If she can get through the stuff here, she can get through anything the job asks of her. You okay? I ask her. This last aisle contains the most vulgar stuff out of all of them. Even I sometimes avoid this aisle. Okay, that's a lie. Since my apartment is right behind us, I have to pass through the aisle every time I want to go from there to the counter.
Really?
Lyra stutters.
But, what about up there?
She points a hoof up towards the staircase. My flat, I say. Off limits to employees unless I say otherwise.
Oh.
You ready for this? You don't have to go through with it if...
No! I am going to work here, and in order to better serve the customers, I need to be able to withstand anything they can.
Well, all right. Lyra's nervous face has gone away, replaced by a look of determination. Minus the sweat, she looks like she can conquer any task. I lead the way as we go down the aisle. We pass by the gang rape porn, the Hydra on Hydra action, the foreign tentacle porn. Lyra hasn't ran away yet, but her nervous expression has quickly returned. It wasn't at all like this when I first introduced Dr. Hooves to the shop a few years ago. His innocence had already been completely shattered. He even laughed at the unrealistic expression of one of the fillies on Two Mares, One Cup. As we pass by the midway point on the aisle, I turn back to see that Lyra doesn't look sexy at all. In fact, she looks on the verge of being visibly in pain. Good thing that's not a turn-on for me, or else I'd look like a complete ass right now. Soon, though, we finally get to the end of the aisle, where the intensity of things lessens a bit, as you can see it from the door. I emerge completely unscathed, having walked this route many times before. But Lyra looks to be on the verge of collapsing as she walks out.
I did it,
She stammers out. Yeah, you did, I say. You nailed that one. I think you're ready for anything the shop has to throw at you now. Time to move on to the payment in hours now?
Yeah, yes.
She pants. Okay, maybe she does look a little sexy. We resolved payment and hour issues, with the exact same hours and payment as Dr. Hooves had. Lyra bid me goodbye, and she would start work tomorrow at 12 p.m. sharp, and stay until around 7:30 p.m. That was a pretty nice confidence booster, that was. Unfortunately, it's only 6, and I still have another 8 hours or so before I can close up the shop. If it was any other day where I was working 2 shifts, I might just go upstairs and dick around on the pony net to pass time. But it's my one and only day this'll happen in a long time. Hopefully. I don't want to disappoint my customers by not being at the desk. And despite the bell on the door, I don't really hear it half the time. Besides, I need to train myself for working a few more 14-hour shifts over the next few days, since I'm going to supervise Lyra on her first shifts here. That seems a bit contradictory to what I just said, but it just feels like a different experience. Working with Dr. Hooves when he first came on certainly was a different experience.